Okay, let's create a quiz inside of Moodle. First thing we would do is turn editing on. Go to our add an activity or a resource and click on that. And in our list we would choose the quiz icon. There's some great information here. And click add. So now we have a window where we can set up the quiz information. We'll give it a name. And we can give directions to our students by filling out this field, but they won't see anything unless you check this box that says display description on course page. And with this checked, they will see that. Now we have the timing. The timing allows you to set the parameters of when the quiz opens, closes, how long they have to take the quiz, and what happens when the time expires. Plus, there's a submission grace period option here. And notice we also have these little question marks, and these will explain to you, if you're not sure, what this item does. When the time expires is important because you can actually have this set with attempts must be submitted before time expires or they are not counted, so that they don't get any credit if the time expires while they're still taking the test. And that could cause some problems for them. So you might want to make sure that you check this and make it not that option if you don't want that to happen. Up here we can set that the quiz begins on the 3rd of December, and we have to check the enable box to make that so. And when it closes, we also have to check the enable box here and decide when you want your quiz to close by the little calendar that pops up, and also the time limit. So we can check this so that it's live and go with hours and say maybe 1 hour. For when the time expires field, notice that the submission grace period is grayed out and we can't set it because open attempts are submitted automatically with this option. If we change this to there is a grace period when open attempts can be submitted but no more questions are answered, we check that, then we can allow for a period of time that the students can take the test after the deadlines have passed. In the grade section here, we can put our grade for this quiz in a category or leave it uncategorized. We can decide the number of attempts that are allowed, and the grading method, highest grade, average grade, first attempt or last attempt. In the layout area, we can decide if we want the questions to be shuffled randomly or shown exactly as you see them on the edit screen. Also, you can choose how many questions appear on each page of the quiz. In the question behavior section, you can decide to shuffle parts of the questions, such as multiple choice questions or matching questions. And you can also decide how the questions behave, and you can click on this little icon that'll explain that more clearly. In the review options field, you have a lot of options on when your students can see the attempt of the quiz, whether it's correct, the grades, specific feedback, general feedback, right answer, or overall feedback. And notice in this area you have 4 options. You can set the parameters for during the attempt, immediately after the attempt, later while the quiz is still open, and after the quiz is closed. It's probably a good idea to not let your students see the right answers until after the quiz is closed so that they can't share them with their classmates. It's up to you whatever other options you choose to check or uncheck. Alright, so looking down at the next area, the display area, this allows you to show users picture or not, decide how many places the decimal is in your grades, and so on. Down further is the extra restrictions on attempts. You may want to skip this until you're a little bit more comfortable with Moodle, as this could actually compete with other time parameters that you set. And now we go down to the overall feedback, and this allows you to give feedback based on how the student did in the test. This is where you would put the, say for example, 100 to 90% grade. You could write great job or whatever you like, and so on and so forth down the line. In the common module settings, you could put the quiz into a group and have it show or not show and include an ID number, but that's pretty advanced and you might want to hold off on stuff like this until you're more comfortable with Moodle. Again, we have restrict access which puts even more restrictions on when they can access the test. And you might, again, want to hold off on this until you feel more comfortable with Moodle. So once we've set all our parameters, we can save and display. Now that we understand how to most effectively set up our quiz, we will look next at how to edit the quiz and add quiz questions. Thank you.